So there's myself and my husband Tom, and then I have a soon-to-be 16-year-old daughter, Brianna, and then Matthew. And we have a dog, Morgan. We live in Amesbury. I drive him to school every day and pick him up. He's got such a sense of humor. He makes me laugh so much. He's taught me a lot about life and doesn't even realize that he's done it. He's a very caring young man, boy, very cuddly. He always says that I'm his girlfriend and he's my boyfriend and we're going to live together forever. And I melt. And I probably should say, no, 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 but I'm like, okay. But he pushes himself. If there's something he wants, he's going to go for it. You know, the older he's getting, the more he's realizing his limitations and his differences. It's just so wonderful that he's here, because if he was at Amesbury Public School, and nothing against them, they were amazing, I think he'd see it even more, and it'd be that much more almost deflating for him. He wouldn't be experiencing success, where here he definitely he experiences it. You know, he does really well. Loves the Bruins. He can name every player. Loves hockey. He and I play knee hockey every night, and he beats me. But he's a good kid, and you know, he acts out like any teenager would, which I like seeing. You know, you want to see that typical behavior. I had complications with my pregnancy, and he was 3 months early, weighing 1.5 pounds. The first few weeks he was doing really well. They were saying he was, you know, the miracle child, and then the honeymoon phase ended, and our lives changed. I mean, our lives changed when I was pregnant, because I had a lot of hospitalizations, and, you know, I remember them telling us, your child will, you know, have brain bleeds, most likely have CP, and, you know, you've got to have a house that is handicap accessible, and we were in like the worst house for that. So you start off elated that you're pregnant, and, you know, Bree was going to have a brother or a sister, to, you know, how are we going to do this? And Bree she wasn't even 2. And I remember them taking me into the NICU and showing me around the NICU, and I guess I was in denial, because I was just looking around, you know, okay. But then I also remember when he was born, I didn't see him for almost a full day. And when they wheeled me up to his incubator, I remember just looking and saying, okay, what do I have to do? And he became my job. And so when I say it could always be worse, even though we've been through a lot with him, he's, you know, he still has a lot of struggles. It's, I mean, from what, you know, being in the hospital so many times, and it can always, I have my child, you know, and he's thriving. So his main issue in the beginning was his lungs. And since then, other things have come into play. He's got epilepsy. He is legally blind. He has sight, but it's from when he was born, the brain damage, so the connection from the brain to the eyes. So a lot of hurdles, but we jump them. You know, even when we were trying to find the right school for him, that was insanely overwhelming, because I did not want him to leave Amesbury. I loved it there, but I knew it wasn't, they could no longer give him what he needed. Matthew's neuropsychologist at that time, he had been telling me for a few years that I needed to move him out. And not that I wasn't listening to him, but I had to go with my gut. What I see the most is his confidence has increased. Here he can teach and he can learn. Every day is very different. Every hour can be very different with him. It's amazing how they can make it work for him. And he knows to say, I need a rest. I need to, and he's fallen asleep in class, and he's needed it physically. He loves doing the life skills, the snack shop and breakfast cafe, and having garbage duty. He feels important. He feels like he has a job, and he's going to do his job really well. I have been told many times that he'll never be independent. And if there's any guy that I'd want to spend the rest of my life with, it's him. So I'm good with that. However, I'm not just going to accept it. I can see him, you know, working in the community, He keeps saying he wants to be a police officer. I think it's awesome, and I keep telling him, you can do that someday. But what I foresee is I'd like to have him have his own living space, either an in-law apartment or a duplex, and have him have as much independence as possible. I want him to be happy, For me, success is feeling good about yourself and being happy. Never give up. Never, ever give up. But also allow yourself to feel defeated at times, and it will get better. You're going to have your bad days, you're going to have your good days, and you take it one step at a time.